All right, Joe Rogan has some questions about the Charlie Kirk assassination. Thank you, Dan, by the way. Good luck. Nice podcast. Stupid is his show. I think Dan, you basically run down drama, right? I'm just trying to get more $2 donations out of the guy. So Joe Rogan decided he had a lot of questions about this Charlie Kirk assassination. A lot of things aren't adding up to him. So he decided to share those concerns on his podcast, watched by tens of millions of people. And the guest he decided to have on to finally raise these concerns about the Charlie Kirk assassination, none other than CIA agent and former Secretary of State, Andrew Santino. Andrew Santino's a comedic actor. This is like, I kind of feel bad for Joe because he can't win with some of these people no matter what he does. If he has Mike Baker on, he's a CIA plant who's in the pocket of the administration. If he has Andrew Santino on, it's like, why are you having these no-talent retard comedians on just to be a echo board or whatever? It's like, what's he supposed to do? I think there's a lot of Joe Rogan fans who just want to go back to the days of him talking about chimps and Bigfoot with weird bearded guys. And I don't know, maybe that is the answer. But everyone kind of becomes a victim of their own success eventually. Let's go ahead and check out Joe and Andrew Santino. I listened to this yesterday, man. I think Joe raises some interesting points about the Kirk assassination. And I feel the need to play this stuff and talk about it on the show with you guys because I really don't want this to go away. A lot of people have made bread and butter, a lot of people have made money, and a lot of people have raised their profile because of Charlie Kirk and because of him being assassinated. So I think it would be really doing a disservice and make you look like a shameless grifter if you just went, oh, well, news of his death is over, bye, moving on to the next thing. I think you owe it to him if you're going to make so much hay off of his death. Then I think you owe it to your audience to also look into the questions surrounding his death. And that's what Joe does here, and good for him.
The Joe Rogan experience.
He set it up in a way that, like, okay, you're saying something that's actually factually inaccurate, right, according to the narrative. Now, let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird shit going on with this.
I know.
First of all, there was that one guy.
Where have you guys landed on the text messages to the trans thing? Because I've landed on, I think they're leaving out a lot of messages. I don't think they've sent us everything. I think they sent us the messages that back up their story. And I think there's a lot more to it. Oh, by the way, we do have a report coming in from I Taste My Own Pre-Cum. He says he did get raptured yesterday. He wanted to let us all know it's pretty cool here. It's all Pepsi products, though. So if you were thinking the rapture was going to be way more awesome, if you're a Pepsi guy, it's great. If you're a Coca-Cola person, you really would. I wouldn't think that God would engage in such crass commercialism to sign a exclusivity agreement with a soda company, but capitalism.
Guy who is the decoy. All right, so you got this guy who's an older guy who starts yelling out. Didn't he take his pants down? He took his pants down. This guy was at 9/11.
He was probably watching the videos on his phone. It's just instinctual for him.
This guy was at 9/11.
Right.
He was at the Boston bombings.
All the hits.
He called in a fake bomb at another place, and then he did this at this thing. Right.
Okay. So most charitable interpretation of this guy's not a plant or an asset. Most charitable thing you can give him is he's a mentally ill piece of shit who tries to make himself the middle of all these big events. And what are the odds of that? I mean, maybe in 2001, not so great. Now a little better, but still, it's a, you know, he's in Utah, he's in Boston, he's in New York, all when these big events happen, and he's causing some kind of distraction when these events happen. What are the odds that it happens 3 times? Our audience has taken to calling him Forrest Zinn because he just always seems to be in the middle of these historical moments.
So somehow or another, this guy has the state of mind that the moment someone gets shot, he yells out and says, I did it, and takes his pants down or something like that. I don't know exactly what he did. Then, ready for this? He gets arrested for child porn right away.
Which, to the rest of us is a very rare, weird, fucked up thing, right? But usually people of his ilk, let's just say they get a first-class ticket to Tel Aviv because this happens a lot.
Right after this happened?
Oh, right away. He's in jail for child porn. Why is that? Well, now you can't interview him.
Right. Right.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. So they can't interview him. Oh, like the news media. So oh, shit. Well, that makes a lot of sense now.
Right. And because when the internet people start going, how are you at all these different things? Like, what are the odds? Like, if someone ran it through one of the ChatGPT fucking perplexity things, like, what are the odds that this guy would be at all those different events and be involved? Like, 0.
This is the guy?
Yeah.
I just like that the pants down part is just insane to me. It's like, why is your dick out, dude?
I did it. Listen, I'm not saying this guy isn't insane. He's clearly insane. Yeah. Or not. Or he's professionally insane.
Right.
Right, yeah. I didn't draw that connection. I'm a stupid asshole. Clip it. So with him being under arrest for the CP, now the media can't talk to him about what he did. So it's a way of tying up a loose end. I mean, killing the guy is too obvious. And plus, if he's your asset, you don't want to kill the guy till the asset is spent. But you certainly don't want the media talking to him. Wow.
That's where it gets squirrely.
Now, it could also be that he's an old pervert.
Texted you when the Charlie Kirk thing happened because my antennas went up about, they showed the photo of that kid, or the guy that they have, the 22-year-old, whatever. And I was almost going to be like, dude, you think he's got the capability to do that?
Yeah, well, listen, there are people that look like that have the capability to do that.
Pretty accurate.
I don't look, when you have a family that's into hunting and all of that shit, making a 150, 200-yard shot it's not, something only a Marine sniper can do. So I don't have a problem believing that kid knew how to shoot.
Nope, no? Not hard. Not hard at all. Let me dispel that. Okay. 200 yards.
Look at Joe not spreading misinformation.
With a dead-on rifle. So if you have a dead-on rifle, so you set this rifle, you set your 0 to 200 yards, right? You know how far you're going to shoot. It is not hard at all.
He shot a lot?
You don't have to shoot a lot. So I could do it tomorrow.
If you're
they did say that in order to make that shot with that gun, you need about 6 hours of training. So you could this afternoon go to a range, work with somebody, and make that shot consistently by the end of the afternoon.
You are experienced. If it's someone that's never shot, could they do it?
100%. Not really. If they've never shot, they wouldn't know where to look. They'd have a hard time acquiring like when you look through a scope, like when the reticle is weird. Like sometimes
takes a minute.
You got to know the distance that you have to be from it to really line it up in your sights. But you could get a guy like my friend Andy Stumpf, who was a sniper in
Name drop.
the SEALs. You could get him, and he could show you how to do it in an afternoon, and then you could hit steel at 200 yards every time you pull the trigger.
One day you could learn that.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Not that hard.
That's not the first time I've heard that. And, people give Joe Rogan a lot of shit. It's good that he's keeping this conversation alive, and that's all we need to do. Keep this conversation alive, because if you really loved this guy and you thought he was great, and it's not just some fucking grift until the next big story comes along, then you owe it to, I think, his memory and what he stood for to not stop asking these questions, even if you're called annoying or you're beating it to death. Don't stop asking these questions until you get a sufficient answer. It's okay to be a dickhead customer once in a while. You ordered a certain thing. Keep sending it back until it comes back right. But I worry that a lot of these personalities and a lot of these podcasters and a lot of these public personas, they're going to move on because there's no more value in talking about what a great guy Charlie Kirk was. And I'm worried that Turning Point USA is going to take the Bill Ackman money. So good for Joe for at least keeping this conversation alive.
It feels insane to me. I'm like, seems tough.
It seems tough. We still haven't figured out whether or not the gun that shot Trump had a sight on it, because we weren't sure.
Now, in fairness on that one, I had always heard it was iron sights. That the guy was just lining up the iron sights. And thank God he didn't have a scope.
had a sight on it, or if this guy was using iron sights. That was 140 yards. If you shot it with iron sights, that's a lot harder, because iron sights is you're lining up. So you have these two things in the back and there's one thing at the front of the barrel, and you got to line those bitches up perfectly. And that's
every time I've ever shot. I'm fucking terrible at iron sights. I'm just bad at my eye just doesn't line shit up. I'm just bad at it. I'm sure with practice I could get better, but I've always, even on my DP12, which you shot from 100 yards and in, I still put a red dot scope on it because I fucking suck that bad.
Stay accurate. That is a lot harder to do.
It's like old shotguns have those, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Pistols.
Yeah,
like
pistols
you buy a
them.
Glock,
Yeah.
that's what it comes with.
Right.
But this kid had a rifle with a scope. Now here's where it gets weird. The first images of this rifle with a scope, I swear to God, it looks like he has a composite stock on it. Like it looks like a modern 30-06 rifle. So a 30-06, so that's the rifle. 30-06 is like, that looks like a very modern looking stock.
Remember they said it's been in his family for decades. It's a very old gun. Now they can modify it. They could put a new stock on it, and it could still be, I guess, the same guts. But that doesn't look like a decades old 30-06. It looks, at the very least, it just looks like it's had some updates done.
I mean, it might not be. It might be just a bad resolution. It might be wood. It's hard to tell. But if you showed me that and you said, hey, this is my cousin's rifle, is this any good? I'd be like, looks like a standard bolt action rifle with like a sophisticated modern scope on it. Sure. Now, apparently, the narrative is that this is his grandfather's rifle from World War I and doesn't have a serial code.
Again, unless it's been modified to the hilt.
Okay.
That would be Woodstock.
Okay. Why? Wait. Why are you using such an old gun? Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, is it possible that an old gun can be that accurate? If you have a gunsmith and they work on it, yeah, it's totally possible. You have a really good gunsmith and he sets, if you're like a nostalgic person, you like driving an old car, you could bring it to a mechanic, they could redo the brakes.
Right.
Sure.
So if you got a good gunsmith and he took a look at that and the action was true and, you know, the bore is good.
A gun's good forever.
Yeah, you could conceivably shoot with a gun for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Right. Guns don't necessarily go bad.
Right, they don't expire.
Right, and especially because all the stuff like the trigger and the action and all that different stuff.
I wonder, does the barreling, does the rifling in the barrel go bad? Like after you shoot a certain amount of rounds through it, that's got to wear down over time. But I guess you can have that worked on also. Accuracy might go down, but if you keep the thing clean, you update it, yeah, you can keep a gun for a long time.
Stuff is replaceable, so you can just like it's compartmentalized. It's components. That's the other thing. They said that he took it apart and then put it back together.
This
again.
part I still don't get.
Shut the fuck up. Do you know how much time it would take to do that if you were highly skilled?
To disassemble.
Now people are now saying the video is low resolution and the shooter, the Charlie Kirk shooter, actually had the gun like down his pants, or he had the stock in the backpack, but he had the barrel sticking out and you just can't see it in the video, and that the gun was all together. I guess. I mean, I could buy that.
To disassemble a rifle so that you can get it in a backpack. And by the way, not going to fit.
Not going to fit in a backpack.
And then somehow or another reconnects it once he gets off the roof.
Not just reconnects it. Not just reconnects it, but reconnects it, leaving the screwdriver back at the scene of the shooting. So putting it back together without the screwdriver.
What's that about?
Is that what they pitched, huh?
Yeah. And then he's supposed to get it in that stupid fucking backpack. It's literally, it makes no sense.
And the elevator music was a nice touch, by the way.
Yeah. So this is just a narrative, right?
Yeah.
We watch a guy jump off the roof, and then we supposedly find this rifle. So if you can have a guy that's in the audience that's yelling, I shot him, now shoot me, I shot him, now shoot me, and then that guy gets arrested for child porn charges, like he's like, what's
now
going
we
on
can't
here?
talk
And
to
then
him.
you find this rifle, and then you say, oh, he assembled it and he reassembled it. Like, okay. A lot. If I wish I was a cop, I'd sit in a room.
I mean, remember, his parents got the Bill Ackman money. God, I don't want to go down this road. I really don't want to go down this road, but Bill Ackman gave a shitload of money to this kid's family as a reward for turning in their son. Bill Ackman's also the guy who allegedly offered Charlie Kirk a shitload of money to shut the fuck up about Israel. Charlie said no. Look, keep asking the questions. It can't hurt. The more people go, drop it already, drop it. That's when you need to ask questions more.
This story is horseshit. Like none of these things make any sense to me. Like you're telling me that this kid who's not military trained, this guy, first of all, how did he get to the roof? How come nobody was looking? How come nobody was like, there's a direct line of sight between where he's sitting and those roofs. You guys didn't check? You don't have a drone? Like that's insane.
And maybe you have an answer for us, but we haven't heard it yet. So answer the Almighty says, stop stalling and answer the fucking question.
The Almighty says, don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
So he's on the roof, he shoots, he jumps from the roof. He jumps down 14 feet.
Yeah, we saw didn't they have video of him jump? Somebody had a cell phone video of him jumping.
There's
down,
a video
right?
of him jumping. So this guy, whoever it is, jumps off of the roof and lands, whether or not he's even the guy who shot him. Maybe he thought he was going to shoot him. Maybe he's a patsy. Maybe he did it.
I feel like he's a plant. Did you see the video? Did you see the person doing the investigating on his mom's Facebook?
No.
You haven't seen this? Have you seen that, Jimmy?
I haven't heard of this.
Some dude online.
His mom's got a weird Facebook. I
It's
spill coffee.
very trippy. It doesn't make any sense. Like the more they keep looking into it, the more they're like, this doesn't feel like a real. It feels super fabricated.
But here's the thing. Just like I was talking about when people are arguing on social media.
Look at Joe spilling coffee like a pro and just cleaning it up, not missing a beat. I could learn something.
It's all part of the plan. If you want things to be...
I wanted it so bad. Buckets. Buckets.
All right. Look, I think it's good that he's asking the question. I don't know if Andrew Santino's the guy to be having this conversation with, but as long as the conversation's being had, right? As long as they're talking about it, good. Let's keep talking about it. But as far as whether they're telling us the truth and they're giving us the bullshit that they're giving us, I don't think there's any problem with people demanding a little bit more